Tackling discourtesy can be quite an uphill task that invariably poses as a recurring predicament in our lives, with its propensity to fuel vexation and consternation. But imagine, if decorum can be maintained by drawing lessons from the age-old wisdom that Stoicism embodies, enlightening us to navigate choppy waters with prudence and dignity. This piece intends to discuss 10 pragmatic tenets of Stoicism that you can use to endure discourtesy more effectively. I urge you to maintain resilience and remain engaged through the entirety of this discussion. Let us commence this insightful journey. 1. Keep your calm. Our initial wisdom nugget emphasizes the importance of composure. A quintessential tenet of Stoicism is the belief that our agitation is not a direct consequence of our experiences, rather our perception of these experiences. To quote Epictetus, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Thus, discourtesy does not naturally offend or cause harm. It's how we perceive and form judgment based on it that stirs emotions of anger or hurt. Remember this when you find yourself at the receiving end of rudeness. The person's behavior is a product of their beliefs, emotions, and perceptions, not a reflection of your intrinsic worth or merit. With this comprehension, you can maintain your composure, ensuring their disrespect doesn't perturb your emotional equilibrium. 2. Reflect on yourself. Contemplate within yourself, as another key facet of Stoicism is its emphasis on self-reflection and introspection. The core tenet of Stoicism is the belief that the condition of our lives centers around the nature of our thoughts. Therefore, it asserts that we ought to relentlessly pursue self-betterment and rectify our deeds. To echo Marcus Aurelius, the contentment you experience in life relies heavily on the standard of your thoughts. In times of disrespect, it's crucial to look within and engage in self-interrogation. Questions like, is there accuracy in that person's words or actions? Did I instigate the situation through my words or actions? How can my response reflect my principles and virtues? Will be beneficial. This introspective overview of yourself and the situation provides an enhanced perception of both the scenario and your part in it. According to Stoic philosophy, this self-reflection ensures that reactions are backed by logical judgment rather than impromptu reactions that can lead to gaining wisdom and personal advancement. 3. Learn to pause. In the wise words of Seneca, whenever you're livid, rest assured that not only is it a present evil, but it also amplifies habit. Stoicism prizes self-restraint and logic, underlining the belief that rash reactions propelled by extreme emotions such as anger or annoyance often result in ill-advised choices and needless misery. A Stoic way to combat disrespect is to steer clear from instinctive responses. Rather, take advantage of a pause to assemble your thoughts. This brief interruption allows you to regain your emotional equilibrium and afford you the chance to offer more balanced and considerate responses. By avoiding the urge to immediately retaliate, you can tailor your response closer to Stoic principles of wisdom and restraint. This method often results in more productive and less emotion-fueled exchanges when experiencing disrespect. Maintaining a Stoic serenity during provocative interactions aids in rational decision-making and promoting self-growth. Pausing is indeed a paramount Stoic tool when faced with disrespect. Forser have empathy. Dive into the world of empathy, heralded by Epictetus and the cadre of esteemed Stoic philosophers. They firmly assert, don't seek goodness in material things, but within your core being. Their philosophy emphasizes the deep-rooted connection between us all as humans. By unlocking an understanding of others' emotions and motives, you are paving a path towards fruitful, meaningful interactions and personal development. When you encounter a hint of rudeness or offense, your Stoic compass should guide you towards empathy. Make an effort to slip into the offender's shoes. Endeavor to comprehend their viewpoint. In doing so, you sometimes become privy to an alternative angle on the perceived slight, one that might reveal that the offender's disrespect was not personal or consciously directed at you. Empathy positions you to handle any disrespect in a positive and constructional manner while aiding personal growth. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you've made it to this point in the video, you've shown remarkable dedication. With that demonstrative show of strength, let's endure till the end. 5. Concentrate on virtue. Consider it as a cornerstone in the foundation of Stoicism, infusing traits like wisdom and courage. As Seneca, a stellar Stoic philosopher, illuminates, virtue is nothing more than aligned reasoning. This alludes to the correlation between being virtuous and rational, which in turn aligns with the natural sequence of life. Stoic philosophy holds virtue in the highest regard, rendering everything else as secondary. Whenever you face disrespect, Stoicism summons you to uphold your virtuous response. Don't misinterpret this as a call to brush off or endure disrespectful behavior. Instead, aspire to a response steeped in your Stoic values and morale. Retaining the virtue focus affords you immunity from emotional triggers, preserving your dignity and authenticity, even growing as an individual. Stoicism provides a challenge for us to rise above the ordinary, especially in tough situations. Gather your strength, embrace the path to self-improvement, and continue onwards. You've got this. 6. Arise, take charge, and embrace acceptance. It's the essence of Stoicism, which powerful teachings revolve around seizing power over the controllable facets of life without fretting over uncontrollable elements, for example, the insolence of others. As stated by the celebrated philosopher Epictetus, it is the sign of a sage to show appreciation for what he possesses, instead of tormenting himself over his deficiencies. This echoes the essence of a grateful heart, content with its possessions and heedless of its shortcomings. The Stoic dichotomy of control, a paramount principle of Stoicism, marks the clear division between what falls under our command and what doesn't. We possess the capability to guide our thoughts, emotions, and actions, while external events and people's behavior lie beyond our sphere of control. So, when we are met with contempt, it is in our hands to keep it from disturbing our tranquility. Instead of brooding over it, we ought to perceive it as an inevitable fragment of existence and channelize our energies into refining ourselves and our circumstances. By gracefully accepting insolence with a Stoic perspective, we keep at bay feelings of unnecessary fury, annoyance, and bitterness. This acceptance not only provides us with valuable lessons from these experiences, but also facilitates our growth as individuals. It equips us to confront insolence with a rational mind and a tranquil spirit. So let's rise. Rise with the power of Stoicism. Meet disrespect with patience, acceptance, and growth. 7. Use humor. Embrace humor with zest. For even the ancient philosopher Seneca proclaimed that if you can tackle what shouldn't be too seriously with laughter, you've achieved mastery over yourself. The age-old philosophies of Stoicism not only promote managing emotions judicially and endorsing rationality, they also appreciate the power of levity in navigating complex circumstances. Even when faced with disdain, using a dash of well-placed humor can keep us from losing our emotional equilibrium, instead of letting our feelings gain the upper hand. A witty remark or a light-hearted jest can be instrumental in creating a positive, amicable atmosphere. Yet let's not forget, humor must be used judiciously and not overbearingly. 8. Set clear boundaries. Stoicism doesn't mean bending endlessly under the weight of disrespect. Rather, it encourages us to emulate the qualities of a boulder, immovable in the face of disrespect and unfairness, unapologetic about its worth and demanding due respect, adept at controlling what it can and detaching from what it cannot. When faced with disrespect, don't capitulate, but don't retaliate with fury either. Instead, assertively communicate your stand, outlining the mistake made and expressing your treatment expectations. Establish crystal-clear boundaries safeguarding your self-esteem and dignity. Stoicism support this stance. It motivates us to demonstrate courage and fairness, to respect ourselves and others, and to maintain our internal composure and outward dignity, regardless of the circumstances. 9. Choose forgiveness. As for forgiveness, let's visualize a scenario where you're at the receiving end of disrespect. How do you counter? Unleash your rage or let it slide. Stoicism, a philosophy from bygone times, shares some pearls of wisdom on this. Stoics consider forgiveness not as a courtesy extended to the wrongdoer, but as a self-gift. It's the secret to internal harmony and bliss. But forgiving is no cakewalk. It doesn't imply oblivion or endorsement of the wrongs inflicted. It's about opting to rid yourself of the negative feelings that are causing more harm to you than anyone else. Stoicism urges us to pardon all, but with discernment, extending compassion and justice while doing so. It emphasizes focusing on aspects we can control and detaching from those beyond our reach. We have the power to select forgiveness, liberating ourselves from the shackles of rage and rancor, and advancing with a sense of inner calm and equanimity. This is the Stoic's perspective on forgiveness, not a sign of vulnerability but a display of strength, not a defeat, but a victory. Triumph is not a price paid. Rather, it's the ultimate reward. Choosing forgiveness, my friend, is indeed the quintessential declaration of self-love and a significant stride towards personal development. Chin up, you're doing great. 10. Change your perspective. Shift your viewpoint. The power of perspective is remarkably transformative. It allows a broader and more impartial understanding of matters, ensuring that you don't react hastily or assume things personally if you are disrespected. Rather, it reminds you not to overplay disrespect, as it is minimal in the grand canvas of life. As Marcus Aurelius, the wise Stoic emperor, so eloquently put it, our existence is defined by our thoughts. On utilizing perspective, it becomes apparent that instances of disrespect are usually insignificant and fleeting, and they cannot diminish your true self-worth or contentment. More often than not, disrespect mirrors the perpetrator's lack of knowledge, insecurities, or frailty, rather than reflecting on you. The decision to ignore, pardon, or derive a lesson from it, instead of allowing it to upset you, is completely yours. Perspective also guides you to focus on the things in life that are of utmost importance: your ambitions, principles, and virtues. It allows you to channel your energy and time productively towards what is noble and holds significance for you, rather than squandering them on bitterness or spite. Living in this manner, you'll find your life more satisfying and tranquil. Thus, the next time you encounter disrespect, remember to employ perspective. It will serve as an aid to maintain your sanity under such circumstances and choose your responses wisely. Stoicism is not about quashing your emotions, but rather controlling them effectively. By implementing these principles, you'll stand firm and composed when you confront rudeness or disrespect. If you're visiting for the first time, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights into the age-old wisdom. Remember to give us a thumbs up to help us reach out to more people eager to learn about this ancient philosophy. We're grateful for your time and look forward to your company in our forthcoming video. Stay stoic and keep moving forward.